In this session, I'm going to debunk the myth of public speaking that hold many people back from going out there to deliver a great presentation. In fact, if you have seen novice speakers present and they are unable to break through to become a great speaker or great presenter, it's because they hold true that there is a certain belief system that is not empowering to them. So what are the 4 major beliefs that I think it is non-empowering? The first belief that many speaker to be or people who want to do a public speaking, they always have this thinking about public speaking. They always think that it is fearful. They always think that doing public speaking it is fearful. Or maybe they think, I am the most nervous person in the room. Which means when they are being called upon, they think the speakers are the most nervous person in the room. Think about it. Is that true? In fact, I think the organizer of the event is even more nervous. For example, if there is someone, a chairperson who organized a 10 speaker slot and you are one of the speaker and you think you are the most nervous speaker, come on, there are like 9 other speakers, and more so I think the organizer themselves is going to be the most nervous person because they are responsible if the mic is not working, if the audience are not happy, they are the one who is responsible. So I think it is not the speaker supposed to feel nervous. The organizer is supposed to feel more nervous because they plan everything from the start until the end. If anything went wrong for that particular event, they are the one responsible. I think they hold more burden in their shoulder than the speaker. And the second one, I think, is the audience. I know it sounds a bit counterintuitive to say that audience be very fearful. Actually, I conduct training for many workshops that I conduct is 15 people to 20 people. I can tell you these 20 people who are sitting in the workshop, they are even more nervous than I do. It's because the trainer itself's job is to create exercise and activities for the audience to actually prepare. And they are the one who is supposed to be evaluated, and they are the ones supposed to be stand up there and being practical and learning. So I think they have even lesser time to prepare. So if you want to say speaker and audience, I think the speaker should be less nervous than the audience. And if it's in a bigger crowd, you try and ask a question to an audience, pinpoint, looking up in the eyes of the audience and ask them a question. I can tell you the audience that was put on the spot itself is going to feel nervous as well. And when you speak to one person, I can tell you the other have to pay attention to you because you connect to one person and the other also feel, okay, maybe the next question is me, I should pay more attention. So I think they also felt a bit of nervousness. But when you are up on stage, I think it is good to say, it is not say it is bad to feel nervous. I think there is a certain amount of nervousness is required because if you have no fear, no nervousness, nothing, you are very boring speakers. You know, it's good to have some butterflies in your stomach so that it will give you the energy and how you can play with the energy and let your butterfly flies in formation inside you. But I can tell you, when you up present here, maybe the first 5 minutes a bit uneasy, but after you speak for a longer time, you felt really at ease on stage. And I'm sure you have this experience before. And you know who is going to feel nervous? The next speaker who is going to come up next is even going to be feeling more nervous because they are down there and they are going to walk up on stage. So I think they are more nervous than the speaker himself. But it's good to have a little bit of nervousness. The next myth that I most commonly hear people say is, wow, the speaker up there is so talented. That they believe that public speaking is only for those with inborn talent. So my question to you is that true? Is that true that public speaking is for inborn talent only, or for those people who are talented? Yes, those people, there are no doubt, some people are talented than the other. There are no doubt some people have some special ability than the other. But my question to you is it true that public speaking is a learnable skill? If you don't believe that public speaking is a learnable skill, then I think you wouldn't have invested in this program, because I believe that any skill can be learned. Yes, the journey might be different for different people, but any skill can be learned if you put enough time, effort, energy, and with the right strategy. So this is what I think. Skill can be learned. Talent can only bring you so far, but with hard work, with dedication, commitment, resilience, those are the things that are going to bring us further along the journey. And in the longer term, I can tell you, those people who have more resilient, more persistent, more commitment, they're able to learn and apply their skill in the next presentation, and so on and so forth. It is going to bring them far rather than just talent alone. The third myth that I always heard people say is this. I have to be an excellent speaker. Is that true? For you to be good in public speaking, you have to be an excellent speaker. I'm not sure about that, but I know I have seen people who are no good, but yet they are still a very famous speaker, very famous lecturer, very famous trainer, but they might not be the best trainer, but they still go out there and speak a lot, because I believe your content, your story, and your structure win 100% of the time compared to being an excellent speaker. Yes, this program is going to share with you and teach you about how to structure your presentation in a way that could actually make your presentation flow more smoothly, and so on and so forth. But I can tell you, the ability to have a content, which means whatever you speak makes sense, have a good story, and your structure win 100% of the time against someone who is good, who have just an excellent presenter. Because I have heard famous speaker like Jay Abraham. I'm not sure whether you have know about him. He's one of the world #1 marketer, Jay Abraham. And if you are in the same room as me, watching him speak in 2000, quite a few years ago, I heard him speak. I can tell you, Jay Abraham is he's simply lousy and boring speakers. He speak like this one, he speak like very monotone. But I can tell you, his content is so good. His content is so good that if you just slip off and you sleep, you wouldn't catch the content. So I think content is more important. I think your story is more important, and your structure of your presentation is more important than just being able to be an excellent speaker. Last but not least, I think, is this. I need to be good in English or in whatever language that you are presenting. Then only you can go out there and do public speaking, or you can go out there and be a great speaker. I need to be good in English. The real fact is, you don't really need to. Is it true that in your life you have heard or listened or watched video or attended training program where the speaker themselves are not native speaker? Which means if you are in California or San Francisco, you probably have heard people from Mexico, from Brazil, from somewhere else who are not native speakers, and yet they are able to become a great trainer, a great speaker as well, without having a good English language. Actually, myself is a real life example. If you are listening right now, you know that English is not my mother tongue. And I used to have problem trying to figure out what to say. In fact, I do still have problem right now trying to figure out what to say, so on and so forth. And I was not able to construct the words because my main language is Chinese. It's in Cantonese and also in Bahasa Malay, which is the Malaysian language. So I have this issue of trying to convert that language into English to make you understand what I say. But I can become a trainer. I can become a great MC. I can become a great trainer. So is in English really a hindrance for you to go on to pursue your public speaking journey? I think what is more important than having a good command of English is this. I need the right strategies. I need the right strategies. I need to have the right strategy rather than just having a good command of English. Where, of course, there's a lot of room for us to improve. If you want to improve your English language, yes, that would help in your presentation, no doubt about it. But even if you don't have, by just having the right strategy itself, which we are going to share with you how to develop a strategy for your audience, it is going to help you even more than just having a simple good English. This is what I think the real myth of public speaking. And if you could reframe it into this, that would help you a lot in your public speaking journey. I wish you all the best and I see you in the next session. Thank you.